Hi, my name's Amy Wiley and I'm going to talk to you about studying abroad at Georgia Southern. I'm here for a year and I'm about 2 weeks away from finishing my first semester, and I've just had the best time since I've been here. So I'm going to tell you all about it and tell you everything you need to know at this stage of wanting to study abroad. It's hard to say what the best thing about studying here in America is because it's all just so fantastic. But I guess if I had to choose, I would probably choose the atmosphere because there is such a huge sense of community here. Everyone at Georgia Southern loves Georgia Southern. Everyone wears the school colours, everyone wears Georgia Southern clothes. It's just, everyone loves being here, and so there's a sense of community and pride here that you wouldn't find anywhere else, and I really like that. Everyone goes to all the football games, to all the events, and just anything that Georgia Southern puts on, you'll see thousands of people attending. It's really great. Another thing I really like is the football games. I never really was into sports before I came here, and now I'm a huge American football fan. The fall semester is football season, and so on select Saturdays it's a game day, which means it's a home game, and everyone dresses up really nicely in blue, white and yellow, and they go to barbecues and we go down to Frat Row. Frat Row is really great, and we have barbecues, have some fun, chill with people and get ready for the game, get excited. And then at the game there's just so many little traditions. There's cheerleaders, there's a giant marching band. Georgia Southern actually owns a bald eagle they adopted called Freedom, which they've trained to fly across the stadium before a game, and everyone cheers and gets really excited about that. And throughout the game the marching band plays like little jingles, and they're really fun to watch, especially when Georgia Southern win, which they do a lot, so that's really great. There's not much I don't like about being here. Probably my least favourite thing is that it's really difficult to get anywhere here in Statesboro if you don't have a car. The public transport system here is pretty much non-existent. There's a couple of buses that run on campus which are free for students. They can take you from one end of campus to the next and take you to the BRAC, which is our giant gym, which is free to use. But yeah, you can't get anywhere really without a car. It's useful because all the Americans have cars, so when you make friends here that are American, they offer to drive you places, but sometimes it's a bit of a hassle. Some of the sponsors of the Centre for International Studies, they put on weekly trips to Walmart, which is really useful, and they're free trips just provided by sponsors, and that's really great, and sometimes they put on free lunch too. So yeah, if you do come here, look out for that. But yeah, the only really bad thing is that it's really difficult to get places, because America's so spread out and you need cars for the most part. Okay, so before you come here you have to get a visa. The visa is in your passport and it looks like this. It's very cool. And to do that you have to first get a SEVIS form, and so you have to say that you have a financial statement from your bank saying you have enough money to support you for your first year, and the student finance money does count towards that. And then once you get a SEVIS receipt, you can go online on the American government website and apply for your visa. They ask you some really stupid questions, and then once you've finished that, you then have to ring up the embassy in London to apply for an interview. The interview, it's like allotted time slots, and when you go there, and there's hundreds of other people there, and you have to wait about 3 hours for your interview, but then there's only like 3 questions and they approve it. So I mean, it's not really stressful, it's just a lot of paperwork and a lot of steps to go through, but once it's over with, it'll feel worth it. When you're preparing to fly, make sure you have all your official documents with you, even if you don't think they're important. Bring them anyway because you may end up needing them. It's better to have them and not need them than the other way around. most likely they won't ask you for any of these things, but just in case you do, you don't really want to be caught not having them. You don't need to worry about bank accounts and money until you get here, because on the first day of orientation, a representative from the bank comes in and helps all the international students who don't have a bank account sign up for one, a student one, which is really useful. They talk you through the process of doing it and give you help when you're stuck on what to write, like in the gaps. And then later on in the week, when all the packages are ready, like the welcome packages for the bank are ready, and the orientation leaders will take you to the bank and get everything sorted out, get your card for you, and so it's really easy. Just make sure you bring some cash with you until you can access your bank account. Bring a lot of blue, white and yellow with you, especially smart clothes like shirts and dresses, because on game day people dress up really smart to go to the games and to tailgate and stuff, and it's a really big deal, so make sure you have lots of blue, white and yellow before you come, so you don't need to buy it when you're here, although there is a lot of it here. Also, bring a lot of stuff with the Union Jack and the England flag on it, because it's a really good conversation starter, and I made a lot of friends carrying around the notebook with the Union Jack on it. A friend of mine from Sri Lanka brought hundreds of these key rings with him, and he gives them to people after he meets them, and he has more friends than anyone I know. So yeah, just bring something small you can give to people as like a token of when they meet you, and you're definitely sure to meet a lot of friends. You don't really need to bring anything other than clothes, because you can get everything here really cheap, and there's plenty of opportunities to go to Walmart during orientation to get everything you need. I managed to furnish my whole room just in 1 week, because you can buy it all and it's so cheap and such good quality here. Get involved on campus and go to every single event you can and join clubs. If you're only here for a semester, I wouldn't bother joining a fraternity or a sorority, because you have to spend most of the first semester pledging your loyalty to them before you can officially become a member. But there are hundreds of other organisations you can join. There's show choirs, motorsports teams, debate teams, just everything you could possibly imagine. Be prepared for a big culture shock when you arrive. The deep south of America is very, very cultured. It's awesome, but it's a bit of a shock at first because it's so different to how you'd think it is. The America you see on TV is California and the west of America. It is definitely not the deep south, I can tell you that much. But it is fantastic here. It's a true college experience that you could imagine getting in America. But it is, just be prepared to be shocked to start with when you arrive. Also, my last tip, learn the rules of American football before you arrive, because it's huge, and I think Americans get slightly annoyed when you're constantly asking what something means at a game, and it just gives you a time to know when to cheer and stuff. So yeah, learn the rules of American football. Fashion here is very different. In England I wear dresses and skirts all the time, so that's what I brought with me. But everyone here is very, very casual. The girls wear baggy t-shirts, usually guys t-shirts and gym shorts, and the guys wear khakis and t-shirts. It looks like half the girls on campus are wearing pyjamas all the time. So when you're packing stuff, bear that in mind and make sure you bring casual clothes and just a few nice things with you, because I made that mistake. Be prepared for a lot more work. Here you're continuously being tested, and most of the work goes towards your final grade for the class. It's good because it means that if you make one bad grade, it doesn't really make a big impact on your overall grade, but it does mean you have to know your stuff and do a lot of work. I personally really like that because Georgia Southern has a very hands-on approach, and I'm studying journalism, so I'm getting a lot of practice at writing stories to a professional standard, which is really useful in the long run, and I'm learning stuff that I will need to know when I'm in the industry. When you get here, you have 4 days of orientation where they try and get you accustomed to the campus and show you what life at an American university is like. They put you into small groups with other international students, and you have a student leader of that group who is also an international student. It's really fun and it's very comforting because everyone's in the same boat as you. They've just come from a different country. No one really knows what's going on. And it's really easy to settle in with that. And there's also events like in the evening of free food, sponsors around the town bring in stuff. It's really fun. Orientation was a great week and I met a lot of friends. Every Friday they have an international conversation hour where Americans and internationals and just anyone here at Georgia Southern is invited to come to the union and meet each other, talk about their countries and have free food. It's a really great event because you get to meet a lot of people and you can go and see people that you haven't seen since orientation, talk about how crazy life in America is, and all the international centre staff are there, so you can go and ask them any questions you have or anything you want to know. The great thing about it is it's an hour-and-a-half long event and you can stop by whenever. You don't have to go at the start and leave at the end. You can just stop by for however long you want to go. It's really fun and it's really nice for international students to have that. They also have an extended families program where you can sign up and be given an American host family for the time you're here. I don't have one, but everyone I know that does really enjoys it, and I regret not signing up. Also, there is a cross-cultural friendship program where international students are partnered up with American students, and you learn about each other's cultures, and they offer a lot of trips for you and your American friend to take part in. The support network here is really amazing. You're always welcome to go to the offices in the Centre for International Studies and just talk to the staff about any concerns you have or anything. I had my appendix out 3 weeks after I arrived here, and Jeff Payless sent out a message to all my professors excusing me from class for a week, and they helped me to make up the work I missed, and so it didn't affect me at all in the way of work, and that was really great. And he's also been really helpful in finding me transport to the airport for when I come home at Christmas. They really do take care of their international students here. So making the decision to study abroad is difficult. You'll be away from your family and your friends for a while, and paperwork is a bit of a hassle and takes a lot of time. But believe me, as someone who's been through it, it is all so worth it. All of the worries and stress I went through to get here are so insignificant now that I am here. I've had the most amazing time this semester. I've been to every home football game, which is always so fun, because as I said, the school spirit levels are crazy. Yeah, the tickets are free for students to go to the games, so I really do recommend going. A couple weekends ago we beat the Florida Gators in their home stadium after they paid us $550,000 to come and play them because they are one of the best teams in the country. If you want it in British terms, it would be a small town beating someone like Manchester United. It's something that would never happen, and it is the first time that this has happened. So I mean, it's huge. It was been reported all across the country, and Georgia Southern even served alligator meat on Monday for lunch. The coaches of the football team and the president served it, and that made USA Today. So I mean, football's huge here, and it's really great, and the atmosphere on game day is just amazing. Other awesome things I've had the chance to do include meeting the author of The Notebook, Nicholas Sparks. I went to hear former First Lady Laura Bush speak at the university. I learned to shoot a gun in a swamp at 3 AM. I've been dirt roading, or mudding as they call it here. Frat parties are always fun. I went to the annual fair they have on the outskirts of town, which is like something from an old Southern movie. It was so much fun. Homecoming was really good. There was a whole week of events. They brought in a comedian from MTV2, Little Duval, which was really funny. They had a giant dance competition. They had a big parade, a movie on Sweetheart Circle, and Homecoming King and Queen got crowned at halftime in the game, and that was really fun to watch. There was a lot of sparkly dresses. I also helped out at the International Festival, which was really fun. It's just loads of international people from Statesboro and from around the county and the whole area all come to a park in Statesboro and set up stalls, and from Global Ambassadors, the schools we've helped teach about our countries come in and do a little presentation. England came second with my help. It's really fun, and I helped all the children make these little flowers all day, which was really fun. So yeah, this place is amazing. There's so much to do, and I really do recommend coming to Georgia Southern for study abroad. It's an experience you won't ever forget. If you have any questions, feel free to get my email address off of Marie, and I'd be happy to answer anything. Also, if you get a chance, look at my study abroad blog, aswiley.wordpress.com. It's called Peach State Studies. I haven't updated it in a while because I've been pretty busy, but I'll be doing it a lot over Christmas. So have a look at that, and good luck on studying abroad. I really do hope you decide to do it.
GSU, 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 GSU.